Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, July 23rd, and today we will cover the funds for YieldMax, Tesla, Coney, and Vidi, and Misty. But first, right now, obviously, this is the YieldMax website. A lot of people have been messaging me, asking me how to get the trade information. So when you go to their website, obviously you can pull up their ETFs in many different ways. There's a button there, there's a button at the top, and then down here, each fund comes up, but you can click it from there, right? So if you click an individual fund, just so you know, obviously it'll produce some information about the fund, distribution. All right, that was my 4 a.m. alarm, which obviously today was the 3 a.m. alarm because I had to get up earlier. It's an office day. So anyway, there's obviously the intraday trades download right at the top. This is how you access the trade information, okay? So you can only access this information after the market closes and before the day ends. So the market closes at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So typically the information will be posted after that time, but it's not right away. Sometimes it's 5 o'clock, sometimes it's 4:30, sometimes it's 6 o'clock. And you can only gather that information until I believe it's 11:59 p.m. because after that, once the next day comes up, it's gone, right? It'll show a blank sheet. If I click it here, I hit view, right? It shows no trades. And that's what people are seeing, I guess. But I just want to let everyone know, if you wanted to look at the trades yourself, that's how you would get it. You'd have to get it, typically, to be safe, I'll say 5:30, between 5:30 and 11 p.m., right? Those are like the safe times, or you could say 5 to 11 p.m. It all depends. Like Fridays, sometimes it takes longer because almost every fund has a trade. And obviously you could download the holdings, which will show you the whole picture. It just won't show you how much they paid for each trade, which some people are interested in that information. Also, there were no trades yesterday, but we'll look at the earnings for today. Tesla is after hours today, so after the close of the stock market, you will see the earnings come out for Tesla. So if you're a Tesla holder, you're probably keeping an eye out for that. This morning, if anyone cares, UPS, Coca-Cola, Comcast, that's before the market. They'll have earnings. And then obviously after we said Tesla, they got Alphabet, Visa, Texas Instruments. That was always one of my favorite dividend growth stocks. And then a whole bunch of others. But as far as the rest of the week, I don't really see any other YieldMax companies affected here. No, nothing. So it's really just Tesla for this week. Oh, no, Alphabet obviously is the same day. So that's for GUI, but I don't think many people care about GUI. But either way, so look out for that. So as I mentioned, no trades yesterday. So that was pretty easy day for me. So we'll just cover the basics here. First, we'll look at Tesla. So Tesla has two synthetics. They have a 260 and a 265, both of which expire in 25 days. And they are priced, the current price of Tesla is below the strike price of the synthetic. However, earnings is today. So, anything can happen. It could skyrocket. It could tank. Yesterday, Tesla went up a lot, and we'll see in a second how much Tesla went up. Yeah, so yesterday, Tesla went up 5.15%. So my guess, again, I don't know shit, so don't listen to me, but my guess, if, it's going flying high, people are buying into it, leading into earnings, then typically it'll be nothing. Anything will be a disappointment, and then there'll be a sell-off, right? After earnings, after hours. Who the hell knows, right? But because I feel like last time there was such a massive sell-off leading, at least from what I recall, like a sell-off leading up to earnings, and then their earnings was mediocre, and then the stock went up. So again, nobody knows what the market does. The market does what it does, and we don't move the market. We're just a bunch of schleps in a garage. But we'll see what happens. We'll do our best to have an idea here. But Tesla yesterday only captured 3.73% of the 5.15%, because they Obviously, they're doing covered calls. They're not capped, though, so that's good. So as far as where they stand, coming into earnings today, they have what? 1,000, well, let's go to the lowest strike price. Lowest strike price is 262.50. They got 950 contracts at that price, 4.37% out of the money. The next strike is 265. This is the largest position, 30,785 contracts, 5.36% out of the money. And then they have 310 contracts, 267.50 strike, 6.36% out of the money. And then 1,005 contracts, 282.50 strike price, 12.32% out of the money. So again, who knows? Nothing is safe when it comes to earnings. So, time will tell. We'll see how it goes. As far as outstanding shares, it actually went down by 150,000. So maybe people are getting scared. 30-day IV for Tesla heading into earnings, 60%, which is okay. Could be better. Outstanding shares, 49,125,000. Income from the weeklies, non-existent. They're at a $31.9 million loss at the moment. Okay, reaction. Pretty happy still. Again, earnings didn't happen yet, so we'll see. Let's not get too excited yet. Synthetic income, 120 million, which obviously that's a lot of money. So if you deduct out that $31.9 million loss, they have a total net income of 88.5. Now, that's an income of $1.80 per share so far, which is pretty damn good. Again, last month they paid about $1. So this month they are on target to pay at least $1. Probably could be the $1.50 range, okay? I can't use this estimate down here because it's useless. It feeds off of the short call income, which is, the weekly calls. So we'll just look at the total income, which includes synthetic income. All right, so for the holdings, again, nothing to really talk about for their synthetic because it expires, in mid-August. And then the weeklies, we still have 4 trading days, but again, earnings is today, so we'll wait to talk about anything. But look at this net asset value, 821 million. So this fund is a pretty damn big fund. The NAV of Tesla is 1672, and the trade price is 1670. Let's go to NVIDIA. Boom. They have one synthetic, also expires August 16th, 25 days away. And they are 2.72% away from that strike price. As far as what the stock did yesterday, NVIDIA went up 4.76% yesterday, and NVIDIA captured 4.03% of that. So obviously that's amazing. So now let's get this position so we can see where we stand. All right, so as you know, NVIDIA has scattered strikes. So they have a 124. Again, I'll start from the bottom. Lowest strike to the top. I'm not even going to go through it all, but they have a 124 strike. They have a 125 strike, a 126, and a 127. The two largest positions are 126 and 127, which is about 2 to 2.8% out of the money. All right. The lowest one is 124. That's 0.37% out of the money. So needless to say, their highest strike is 2.8% out of the money, which is a little too close for comfort with 4 trading days in the week. So it's going to be a little struggle to hopefully maintain that. You saw what happened yesterday. Yesterday, they popped 4.76%. So for the rest of the week, we kind of just want to chill and stay a little flat, right? We got our price, appreciation. We got 27.60 in price. Like, that's amazing. So we don't even, as NVIDIA shareholders, we're fine if we stay flat for the rest of the week. Now, as far as outstanding shares, 150,000 additional outstanding shares. So the 150,000 that left Tesla went into NVIDIA. No, I don't know, but could be. You never know. 30-day IV, 52%. Outstanding shares, 34.7 mil. Net income from the weekly calls for NVIDIA, 27.9 million. That's a distribution of 80 cents per share. a daily income of 4 cents, and a daily yield of 0.15%. If you annualize all that, though, it produces 53% on an annualized basis. Reaction is, NVIDIA, the fund manager, he's a cocky SOB, right? But he was like in shock yesterday. He's like, oh, damn, my scattered strikes are in trouble. So he's like, whoa. So as far as income, we got a little bit of synthetic income for July, 4.4 mil. We got short call income, we talked about 27.9. So they got a total net income of 32.3, which is about 93 cents per share. But since they have short call income, we will focus on that. That's 80 cents per share, right? And if you run that into the estimate calculation based on the number of days left, we could possibly produce a $1.37 distribution, which is a 59% yield. $1.37 is much less. It's about more than $1 less than the last month. So that's not something people would be necessarily excited about. However, anything over $1, I think, is pretty damn good. I mean, look at that yield. Can you complain about 59%? I guess you can. Nowadays, you'd be surprised. People want 100%. Anyway, outstanding holdings. Again, we're not talking about the synthetic too early in the game. But we have the weeklies, and they're scattered, and they could be in danger. But we have 4 trading days. Anything can happen. They don't have earnings this week, so nothing crazy. However, we can talk about this net asset value, which is $957 million. Are we going to hit $1 billion this week? I mean, we could. The NAV is $27.56. Trade price is $27.60. So who's going to boost this sucker up? Who's going to buy into NVIDIA this week and boost this sucker to 1 billion, right? 1 billion party. I mean, I guess I gotta do something, right? What should I do when they hit $1 billion? Should I do a video just for NVIDIA? Or maybe I'll get that how to retire on NVIDIA video out as part of my series. Maybe I should. Yeah, I probably should. All right, so let's move on to the crypto guys. So what's up, Coney? Coney's got a 250 synthetic. Their synthetic is in good position. They are priced 6.06% above their strike price of their synthetic. But again, 25 days away, so we'll see. Now, as far as yesterday is concerned, coin went up 2.86%. And Coney went up 3.55%. You don't see that often. Look at that. Look at that. So coin went up 2.86%. Coney went up 3.55%. Interesting. So they're they were way out of the money, and now they're still out of the money, but it's very, unusual that it would beat it by that much. I mean, it's not a full percent, but again, it's about the timing and everything. But for the most part, they have just a one strike of 275, 30,800 contracts. That's still 3.71% out of the money. So they still have room to grow. However, they're going to be capped very soon. So let's not get too excited here. So we kind of need coin to be a little chill, 1% a day, not even, a little less than 1% a day gain we'll take for the rest of the week. Now, outstanding shares, there you go, 250,000 additional outstanding shares. All right, 30-day IV, 86%. 86%. That's what we're talking about. That's how you get the premium, baby. When your IV is that much, you can freaking make some damn options premium. That's what these funds are all about, right? People always wonder, how do you make this much yield? Options, options, okay? Anyway, 36.9 mil. Total net income is a loss. So they lost 46.5 mil on the weekly calls so far this month. But, who didn't for the crypto guys? Reaction is the same, the meh, because it's like, I don't know. I'm not going to get too excited, right? Because I'm about to lose my weeklies. But as far as synthetic income, they got 19.5 mil. Short call income, though, exceeds that. So they actually have a total net income as a loss, $26.9 million loss. So as far as income is concerned, they got nothing showing on the total and nothing showing on the weeklies. So I can't produce an estimate at this very moment. But I can do is go to the holdings and tell you how much they would make closing out the weeklies and rolling the synthetic alone, and that would produce 32 million, which is approximately 87 cents per share. Obviously, yes, that 32 million is already in the 773 net asset value, which pushes the price to 20.95. But again, once they close the weekly and roll the synthetic, it becomes a taxable event, which when it becomes a taxable event, it gets added to my payment information, okay? Hopefully that made sense. But yeah, nothing else to really talk about on the holdings. Again, the synthetic expires August 16th, and then the weekly, the one position, expires Friday, 4 trading days. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, the net asset value is still 773 mil. The NAV 20.95, trade price 21.02. Let's look at Misty. Hello, Misty. 1550. Okay, they got that one strike, 1550. Look at that. 16% above. So, yeah, this synthetic, woof. They're probably going to make some money on that. But their weeklies, yeah, we know it's not going to look pretty here. But let's see. MSTR yesterday, it went up again. It went up 1.21%. MSTY actually went up 1.62%. So how the hell did that happen? I don't know. Maybe they made some damn money on treasuries. Who the hell knows? But let's not question it. Let's celebrate it, right? Because they're freaking in the money. They're 6.95% in the money. All of it. All of their contracts are in one basket, one strike, 1675. 6.95% in the money, and they still beat the underlying yesterday. Again, it depends what the change was in the holdings. Did they actually collect interest on treasuries yesterday? I don't know. Do you guys know? Who the hell knows? But yeah, obviously the weeklies are in danger. But you saw their synthetic, and we'll take a look at the total change that would happen if they did roll. As far as outstanding shares go, though, no change. So no one bought Misty unless they didn't update the website. And again, back to premium, options premium, 100% IV on Misty. Unbelievable. So outstanding shares, 14,525,000. Total net income is non-existent. They lost 11.4 mil on the weeklies. Reaction, as you know, the Misty fund manager called out Monday. He was super sick, meaning he didn't want to show his face. But now he has no choice. He's like, oh man, they're going to know. I can't call out again. So he's coming into work. He's just going to hide in the corner until all is well, until he can roll. Once he does the synthetic bailout, then I'll be like, yeah, what? But again, it's the battle of the weeklies. So who's going to win the weeklies? Synthetic income, 6.9 mil. Short call loss, 11 mil. So we got net loss of 4.5 million. So same thing with Coney. There's no income on the total, and there's no income on the weeklies. So there's no estimate that I can give you guys. But I can tell you, they would make 26 million if they closed and rolled their synthetic. Because you see that in orange, right? That's the call. They can make 83 million on the call. They'd have to pay 38 and 18 though to close the put and the weekly. All right. But the net of all that is 26.7 mil. So that would actually produce $1.84. And again, yes, it's already priced into the NAV, but this would, it would be a taxable event, like I said, and it would be added to here. And then they'd have some income, over $1 income to talk about. So again, we'll see what happens by the end of the week. But if MSTR keeps going up, that's likely to happen. The net asset value of this fund is 438 mil. The NAV is 3017, and the trade price is 3019. So now let's go look at the pre-market. I do want to share an update to my account after this for you guys. Porsche warns on profit due to aluminum shortage. All right, so this is as of 4:19 a.m. Again, it's earlier than usual. Driving to the office today, which means I have to get the video out early, which is obviously why I got up at 3 a.m. So yeah, typically Tuesdays and Wednesdays, the videos get made really early before I drive to work. So Tesla pre-market, again, as of 4:19 a.m., a lot can change by the time this video posts. Tesla is down 0.41%, but again, that's nothing after the big day they had yesterday. Tesla is down 0.03%. Nvidia is down 0.9%. The whole market was freaking green yesterday, so I'm not surprised. Nvidia is down 0.47%. Coin is down 2.06%. Coney is down 2%. MSTR is down 2.23%. MSTY is down 0.53%. TSLL, this is on here because I trade options on them. They're down 0.98%. TNA is up. Look at that. It's up 0.02%. AMDY is down 1.03%. AMZY is down 0.1%. And Bitcoin is down 2.32%. So that's the watch list. So again, that's the update. 4 trading days to go to see how these weeklies play out. But obviously, anything can happen, especially on Tesla. Tesla has earnings after hours today, so keep an eye out for that. We'll see how it goes. Good news or bad news. What do I hope? To be honest, I kind of hope it tanks after, because I do want to sell puts on TSLL. But that's just me being selfish. I know you guys, some of you own Tesla outright, and you want it to go up. Granted, so do I own it through other things like my 401k, plus I bought it for my kids. So at the same time, of course, I want Tesla to succeed, but I want to earn options premium as well. But if it goes up, fine. If it goes down, fine. Either way, I'll be happy. So as always, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. But as promised, quick update to my account. I finally added margin, okay? So why did I wait this long to use margin? And my reasoning is I wasn't ready for it, right? And again, these funds are new. If I'm going to use margin in the past, right? The past was what? Dividend growth investing. So how do I pay back the margin? You pay back the margin by what? 3% yield, 4% yield in dividends? No, nowadays, if I'm averaging, or trying to average, I should say, 40% on an annualized basis, why would I not want to borrow, margin at, say, 12%, if that's what they're offering, right? So I'm going to go ahead and play around with margin. Again, you heard me, not financial advice. And I'm going to do it little by little. So my account value, this is my Retire Now account, right? I've got about 54,000 in there. They're going to give me about 50,000 of margin to play around with. So how much am I going to use? Well, I plugged in some numbers to see what makes it worth it, right? To play around with margin here. So right now, the margin available, like we said, just say 50,000. The margin rate is 12% on Schwab. So if I used all of it, I would pay $6,000 a year. Okay, that's essentially the worst case, right? So if I borrow 20%, if I play it safe and I borrow 20%, that means I'm going to use 10% of margin. And again, I think I could produce 40% on an annualized basis, and that would produce $4,000. The margin charge at 12% of the 10,000 would be $1,200, which would produce me an annual net income of $2,800 or a monthly income of $233. So this will boost my portfolio an extra $233. If I use 20% and they charge me 12. However, I did apply for 8% because I said, listen, You got competition out there, brother. How about help me out? Give me a little rate reduction here. So I did apply for, well, I asked for 8. Who the hell knows what they'll say, but let's just assume that's the case. Then using the same scenario, my monthly net income will get boosted by $266, which I know to most of you guys, that's a joke, right? It's nothing, but no, it goes a long way. That's just 1 month, right? On an annualized basis, it's 3,200. And again, as time goes on, okay, I'll just, you know what? I'll borrow half, right? Because even 20% to me is super conservative. But again, that's just how I'm going to start because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, right? I don't even know how margin works. I understand the basics, but I don't understand the margin maintenance. And that's the part that doesn't make me comfortable. Like, how can certain brokers say something's 100%, which means you can't borrow on it, and some say it's 50%, or some, like, that part I don't like. I don't like that they can control that much. I mean, granted, it's their money that they're lending out, so it does make sense, but I don't know, man. I just looked at, like, for example, Ulti. I can borrow 70% of whatever I invest, they'll let you borrow 70% on Ulti, but nothing on Spy T. I don't understand that. So that part confuses me, but whatever. I'm in it now. I'm going to play around, and I'm going to essentially boost up my retirement income, my emergency income, and hopefully I can retire earlier. So anyway, if I borrow 50%, if I use 50%, that's $25,000 I could use for margin. So let's just say I earn 40%. Okay, I'll get $10,000 a year. And then I'll have to pay $2,000 for margin. So that's an annual net income of another $8,000, which is $666 a month. Again, and this can compound and compound and compound and so forth. So again, will I get 8% borrow rate? I don't know. If they say no and they keep me at 12, I really have to reconsider switching brokers, and going to Robinhood. I know, again, Robinhood, they're good and they're bad, but it's very easy platform. I don't like their options platform. I did learn on their options platform, so I do, believe me, I appreciate everything they've done for the and they continue to do for the investment community. But I don't know. I do have a Robinhood account, but again, it's just a pain in the ass moving all your crap. But anyway, I just wanted to update you guys that I'm finally entering the margin game, so look out for some updates. Obviously my end of month income will now reflect a margin charge, which will reduce my monthly income. However, hopefully my monthly income will be much higher. So let me know down in the comments. Actually, that reminds me, that'll be the keyword. So today's keyword, if you made it to the end of the video and you want to prove it, just no keyword really, just let me know, are you using margin, yes or no? Again, I've never used margin before, so this is brand new to me, so you're going to learn with me how it goes. So again, if you're using margin, how much margin of the available margin do you use and how has it been? I know that's a lot of information versus just typing in a keyword, but now I'm curious. And plus, a lot of the other commenters are probably curious what other people have to say. So if you guys don't mind, just putting in the comments down below, which is part of the keyword now, are you using margin, yes or no? And if you are, what percent of the available equity that they give you are you using, and how has it gone? If you're not, what is the reason? Is it because you just don't need it, or because you don't want to risk it? To me, again, my reasoning for waiting this long is I didn't trust myself. But now that I've been using these funds and it's been working out pretty smoothly, I'm going to give it the go ahead and, give it an attempt here. Again, little by little. I kind of tend to play it maybe a little safer than others. But again, I got a family, I can't be like losing money on the fam here. I'm supposed to know what I'm doing. I got 2 kids to support, so I can't be going crazy here. But at the same time, yes, I want to retire early to be able to enjoy my life a little more, or produce another, additional income to enjoy my life while working as well. But Anyway, guys, as mentioned, not financial advice, especially the margin part, because that can be a danger zone, of course. But if you play it safe and play it right, it could be very rewarding, right? You borrow someone else's money and you make even more money on that money. So I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, if you enjoyed this content, please remember to hit the like button. If you want to share it with your friends and family, go ahead. That goes in, even further. But again, thank you guys for watching. I got to get my ass moving, get my ass to work, get to the work, and then work out, and then start work. But maybe I'll do a commute video. Who the hell knows? But anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Later.